Josh Gordon was traded to the New England Patriots for a fifth-round pick, and the Patriots will get Gordon and a seventh-round pick. Of course, they have those little cheese picks at the end. But when it comes to Gordon and all that, the guy is definitely can play. However, though, he hasn't played that much. Obviously, this guy has never won a participation trophy in his life. And when it comes to guys similar to Dez Bryant, who isn't as talented as Josh Gordon is right now. Obviously, when Dez Bryant was in prime, of course, yeah, he was as talented as Gordon, but not anymore. At least Bryant could play games. When it comes to Gordon, though, he is still a question here. Like, it's very easy enough that he can get suspended for another entire season. And when it comes to it and all, the Browns were apparently linked to trading it to an NFC team. I guess that wasn't the case. I guess some of these teams just kind of signed off a little bit slow on that. And when it comes to New England, their wide receiver situation isn't exactly great without Edelman. Yeah, sure, Chris Hogan got like 2 touchdowns yesterday, but come on, you got to do a little bit better if you're going to have those aspirations to win a Super Bowl right here. And when it comes to Gordon, obviously, when it came to the Jaguars a man defense. Josh Gordon's very hard to man up with, etc., when it comes to his pure talent. And when it comes to it and all, definitely one thing about Gordon is requiring a wide receiver during this time and incorporating it into this offense it's very, very hard to do. I remember when New England acquired a Chad Ochocinco, and I believe it was in July, and they brought him in here. He could not pick up the offense very quickly. He just couldn't. Versus guy Randy Moss, he picked it up extremely quick, or at least he picked it up a lot better than Ochocinco because he was acquired roughly around during the draft of 2007. So there's a big difference right there. And when it comes to the Gordon kind of player, he definitely, I think that the fact that he's played with Pat Shermer's system, he's also played under Mike Pattine's system, and I believe he's played under Hugh Jackson's system. So he's played on all sorts of different offenses and whatnot. So maybe he can try to learn and pick it up quickly and BS his way up to it. And when it comes to it and all, it's definitely a lot harder to incorporate wide receiver versus an offensive lineman, a linebacker is a lot easier. So when it comes to it, obviously the Browns looked as if that their team's just really not ready to compete. It looks as if that when they lost to the Saints yesterday that they're already calling it quits already. And when it comes to Gordon, he obviously can be a top 5 wide receiver in this league. Same thing. He's very similar to Keenan Allen in the way where people are starting to forget about him. One of my friends was telling me Keenan Allen's so overrated. And I'm like, well, he really isn't. He just hasn't played that often. A lot of people just forgot about him. And when it comes to it, I definitely think that this is an interesting move. I think it was a move that they made, but I still think that maybe Dez Bryant would be a better option because you at least got that security that he's at least going to play games, and they don't have that right now, especially in their wide receiving core can easily get injured. Like Philip Smith's a small guy. I mean, Edelman has an injury history. Gronk does. You definitely want a guy who at least is healthy, who can get on the field and play some games. Gordon doesn't really supply that. However, though, it's definitely a move by New England. It's like taking advantage of it. And usually when it comes to the really successful franchises, they can usually cheese their ways and getting these really good deals for certain types of players, just making these trades, reeling them and dealing. Like Andre Iguodala for the Golden State Warriors obviously got in there as a 6th man and all that. And when it comes to all those teams, they can just get these players and get them on these really good deals because they're being sell low, and they just have the timing down for acquiring these players. And that's what New England did here. They got them for an extremely cheap price. But overall, guys, when it comes to the rest of the NFL, I'm watching the league. There's only 7 2-0 teams, I want to say. And it's looking as if this is going to be similar to the 2012 season or the 2011 season. One of those seasons, I believe it was 2012, where by week 3 or week 4, there was no undefeated teams in the league. Absolutely none. And it's going to be like that. It's going to be a more competitive league. The league is still very, very, dumb. I still find it that, obviously, coaching NFL teams hard, but a lot of these guys out there, they don't really prepare to a certain degree, or they don't have that attention to detail that they do. They definitely have their priorities focused elsewhere, which is something I noticed. And the week's not even over yet. I guess you got Seahawks versus the Bears. I think it's in Chicago. I think it should be a fairly close game, but it would be interesting. Seeing how Seattle does. They have that Rashad Penny guy who I'm interested in watching. Brandon Marshall did pretty well. You got the Bears with Trubisky, how they're going to rebound after that bad loss in week 1. and seeing like what those pieces are, because the Browns have been building for a while. Overall, guys, what do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. See you guys next time. Peace.